Right. So this isn't something that I wanted to do. Many of you have even realised that my channel's been winding down. YouTube is too-bitted, vile, it's corrupt, corporate, and there are too many teenagers with perfect skin talking about Fortnite dances and stuff like that I don't care about. That's like 90% of the content now. I just can't, honestly, I can't stand it anymore. So, for better or worse, what defined this account, this Obsoletist account thing, for a long period of time, was me concern covering the rise and fall, and rise again and fall, and then oh my god, how low is it going to fall this time? Oh my jeez, of Jameel Rawls in your balls. I've talked over the course of countless videos. Like, in my head, I always had it as like 10, but when I look back, I think it's like 30 or something. It is ridiculous. And these are like 2 hour long things. It is ridiculous. Sad. It's sad. So it's probably for maybe like 100 hours. I don't know. Who knows more? Who knows? But over the course, to be fair, of like 2-3 years or something like that, of this man's life, this guy that one day I just found on the internet. And I can't take credit for that, as if I'm like, oh, I'm spitting out this content. People liked it. But it's like, Jameel provided the source material to ridicule. You know, you could just play it, and people got it. It's fucking nuts, man. And there were thousands of people who followed the video series, and hundreds of them have sent me emails about him. Even today, I still get messages about him, and I'm sick to death about hearing it. I don't care. Despite the fact that until recently, I'd only even been distantly aware of his current situation. I know that he's out of jail. I get messages every now and then. People every now and then send me a message like, oh, he's doing this now, oh, he's doing that now, which is how we got to what I'm doing right now. So I knew he was out of jail. That's about as I can't involve myself. He was too emotionally draining after like 3 times. You know where it's gonna go. You know, he's a fucking dick. He looks like, oh look, he looks like he's doing really well, and then it all just goes back down again. Cyclical. We'll get into that. But I suggest anyway that you go watch at least one of my old videos, because there's some Jameel up even today. And unfortunately, I fear they will sum him up for the rest of his life unless he gets a grip. If you're listening, Jameel, and I know you probably will, just remember, right, what I told you privately all those years ago. I'm not being a dick, okay? You don't have to exist like this for the rest of your life. In the end, lad, you're gangstalking yourself. That's what's happening. You publish hours and hours of information on your own personal life, location, the city, the people you know, all these people, every fucking thing that you're doing in your life, phone conversations with women. You're broadcasting them all, hours of the stuff. No one needs to gangstalk you. You're broadcasting it. Your every thought. And you put yourself out there to be ridiculed, and I don't know why you do it. I don't know if there's something actually wrong with you or not. But you've been on pause for, what, 5, 6, 7 years of your life? You're doing the same thing right now that you were doing when I first discovered you. When I thought you were just some geeky black dude who was into conspiracies before whatever happened to you and made you like this. I don't know if you're autistic, Asperger's or something. I'm not trying to be funny, seriously. Or if you're just lonely, or you want friends, or if you genuinely believe the delusions that you have. But the only thing I have to say to you anymore, directly, is the same thing that I've always said to you. Get help. Get help yourself. No one else is going to help you. So lose yourself there talking about him. There's a... Try to remember this. Because there's a quote that comes to mind. It always has when it... And I don't remember many quotes, so this is... You know this means something. It's always something that I've thought, if targeted individuals could just wrap their heads around what it means. That sounds... Actually, that'll sound condescending because it mentions education. And that's not directly what I mean, but if they could just realise that how powerless not just they are, but everyone is, they'd just stop believing their crazy delusions. Anyway, the quote is from Epictetus. To accuse others for one's own misfortunes is a sign of want of education. To accuse oneself shows that one's education has begun. To accuse neither oneself nor one others shows that one's education is complete. So I don't have to say anything to you, and I have nothing to say to you, Jameel. And I have nothing to say about Jameel Rawls, which I haven't already said. The videos are all up on my channel. This, despite him apparently now focusing in on me, because I posted comments on some of his recent videos, which is how I found out about all this, after somebody emailed me, informing me that he brought my name up again. Well, he may have deleted all of his videos in an attempt to whitewash his history, but I saved them all. And I saved them in context. It can only be my duty, at least to myself, to refute his accusations that I work for the government as an informant and stalker by posting the videos he removed and containing the context which he so frequently misrepresents around these events now that he thinks that he has removed them from the internet. You were in jail for nearly a year for literally stalking a woman, you moron. Your channels were up for that entire time. I downloaded everything because I knew you'd try to pull this SHIT. And I know that. Not just because it's public record now, which anybody can work out, but because it was me, and it was my videos which helped the family contact your local police department and finally saved them from you, you moron. I received a very nice email from her brother after they finally took you away. And they didn't need to thank me, Jameel. Okay, no one needed to thank me. And you don't need to blame me. I didn't say those things. You did. You said them all. You recorded yourself. You uploaded them onto a public platform. You could have just stayed quiet. All I did was watch videos of a 6'5" man talk about getting a girl he'd spoken to twice before but delusionally thought was in love with him away from her family and the men, in quotes, she drove in cars with. And of course then threaten physical violence against said men. You're a typical scourge on your community, and you need to grow up and stop being such a burden on everybody. Get a grip and stop talking about me.